There's a game most men never realize they're in, because she doesn't flirt like you expect. She doesn't confess. She doesn't chase. She just leaves clues. A longer glance than normal. A touch that lingers. A conversation that gets unusually deep. And if you don't know what to look for, you'll miss it all. And blame yourself for not making a move. You think you were blind. The truth is, she spoke. Just not in the language you understood. Women don't announce desire. They leak it. I'm about to show you 7 hidden signs a woman is secretly attracted to you, and how most guys screw it up by expecting her to act like a man. Before I walk you through the 7 signs she's silently sending, do me a quick favor. Hit that like button, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what city you're watching from. I read every comment, and it reminds me how many good men are out here trying to make sense of the chaos. Now let's get back to it, because what I'm about to show you will change the way you read women forever. Sign number 1, the eyes that don't lie. You want to know how a woman really feels? Don't listen to what she says. Watch what her eyes do, because before she ever flirts, before she ever speaks, her pupils have already told the truth. When a woman is secretly attracted to you, her gaze changes, and she can't fully control it. It's not just eye contact, it's a glitch in her focus. A moment where she forgets to look away or looks too quickly, then pretends she wasn't looking at all. I'll be real with you. I've done it. Every woman has. And half the time, we don't even realize we're doing it. It's instinctive. Emotional interest hijacks visual attention. Her gaze lingers longer than necessary. Her pupils may dilate. Her facial muscles soften. She's visually absorbing you because her brain is prioritizing you. Now here's where most guys mess this up. They either ignore it completely or they overreact and get cocky. Both are mistakes. Because this isn't confirmation, it's an opening, a signal. She's checking if you notice, but also if you can handle what she's accidentally revealed. If you want proof, watch her during conversations. Does she hold eye contact a little too long? Does she look down and smile when you lock eyes? Does she glance at your mouth while you talk? These aren't just tics. They're silent expressions of curiosity and arousal. But there's another layer most men never catch. Sometimes the real signal isn't when she looks at you. It's when she looks away and then comes back. That double take, that tiny flicker of hesitation, that's not just attraction. That's suppressed attraction. She's trying not to be obvious, trying to stay composed, but the interest leaked anyway. Let me give you a brutal truth. A woman can fake a laugh. She can fake politeness. She can even fake vulnerability. But the one thing she struggles to fake is how her eyes behave when she's around a man who captivates her. That's why your job isn't to pounce. It's to stay calm. Let her know you saw it without turning it into pressure. Return the glance with composure. Stay grounded. Don't chase it, but don't ignore it either. Because when a woman feels seen, not exposed, not cornered, but seen, she relaxes. And when she relaxes, she lets more signs slip, more glances, more softness, more signals that she's emotionally opening, even if she's not ready to say it. So pay attention to the eyes, because they always speak before the mouth ever does. Sign number 2, touches she'll never explain. When a woman's attracted to you, her body gets ahead of her words. It's not a confession, it's a micro move. A brief touch, a playful nudge, a random graze of your arm. But here's the twist. It's not random at all. These moments, they're tests, emotional sonar. She's watching how you respond, not just physically, but energetically. Most women won't even admit to themselves that they're testing you, but I'll say what they won't. That soft shove during a joke, that accidental lean in, that's her checking if you'll pull away, freeze up, or lean closer. She's not making a move. She's sending a question. Do you feel this too? Let's break this down. Touch is one of the most primal languages of connection. Science has proven that a light touch can release oxytocin, the bonding hormone. That's not romance, that's biochemistry. So when she initiates physical contact, even subtly, it's a crack in the emotional wall. She's lowering the distance, both literal and psychological. You might think, but she's just being friendly. Sure, that's possible. But you know what friendly looks like? Friendly doesn't hover. Friendly doesn't brush the same spot twice. Friendly doesn't touch you when there's no need to. Here's a rule. If a touch happens when there's no context, no necessity, no excuse, it's emotional. I'll give you a visual. She laughs and lightly places her hand on your chest. She walks past you and lets her fingers drag across your back. She fixes a thread on your shoulder that doesn't really need fixing. That's not random. That's rehearsed, even if it's unconscious. Now, some guys overplay this. They think any touch is an invitation. It's not. If you react too quickly, if you get handsy, flirty, or try to escalate, you've failed the test. Because her touch wasn't an offer, it was a signal. And she's not looking for a reaction. She's watching for your response. Are you grounded enough to hold that moment without turning it into pressure? Because if you are, she'll do it again. Not because she wants sex. Not yet. Because she wants safety. Resonance. She wants to know she can move closer and not be punished for it. So the next time she touches you in that nothing kind of way, don't flinch, don't lean in, don't freeze, just notice and let her feel noticed. Because the truth is, the most meaningful touches are the ones she'll never explain. Sign number 3, her quiet admiration leaks through. Some women will never compliment you out loud, but that doesn't mean they're not impressed, because admiration for most women isn't about words. It's about presence, energy, and the way they shift around you. Let me decode that. When a woman is secretly drawn to you, she often won't say, "You're handsome," or "You're amazing." That's too vulnerable, too obvious, too risky. Instead, she praises you in code, in tone, in timing, in attention. She might mention something you did in passing, but with a softness in her voice. She might recall a detail about your goals, your habits, your story, and bring it up like it's stuck with her. She might get oddly quiet when you're sharing something important and just absorb it. All of that? That's admiration, but unspoken. I'll let you in on something. The deeper the respect, the quieter the praise. You want to know if a woman admires you? Pay attention to how she reacts when other people talk about you. Does she light up when your name comes up? Does she defend you when others criticize? Does she mirror your beliefs when you're not even in the room? That's not coincidence. That's quiet loyalty, the kind that stems from emotional investment. There's another clue: indirect storytelling. Sometimes a woman won't praise you directly, but she'll say things like, "Guys like you are rare," or "It's hard to find someone who thinks the way you do." That's not a random statement. That's veiled admiration. And often, you'll hear her speak highly of you to her friends, thinking you're not listening. But trust me, when a woman's emotionally drawn to you, she's not just watching you, she's studying you. And when admiration leaks, it doesn't come out as praise. It comes out as fascination. But here's where most men fall into a trap. They don't recognize it. Or worse, they dismiss it. They mistake softness for neutrality. They think, "She's just polite." No, she's not. Politeness is passive. This is active, targeted. This is her trying to honor what she sees in you without putting her feelings on the table. And when you notice it, when you subtly acknowledge that you caught it, you create safety. You show her that her signals aren't wasted. Because at the end of the day, the admiration she won't say out loud is often the one that means the most. Sign number 4. The talk that turns personal. When a woman is just being friendly, the conversation stays light, surface level, safe. But when she's attracted, truly, emotionally attracted, something shifts. The talk goes deep, fast. You'll notice it when a casual topic suddenly turns into something personal. You ask her about her weekend, and she tells you about her relationship with her father. You mention music, and she shares a song that carried her through a breakup. You say one thing about your job, and suddenly she's asking what your dream life looks like. That's not just curiosity. That's a reveal, and it's one of the clearest signs she sees you as more than just nice to talk to. Let me explain the psychology. When a woman opens up emotionally, it's rarely random. It's calculated vulnerability. She's dropping small pieces of herself in the space between you and watching what you do with them. Do you change the subject? Do you judge? Do you lean in? This is how she tests emotional safety, because attraction isn't just physical for women, it's existential. She wants to feel understood, not just desired. So when she gives you a glimpse into her inner world, her pain, her fears, her past, that's intimacy in raw form. And here's what most guys miss. That moment when she says, "I don't usually talk about this," or "I've never told anyone this before." That's not filler. That's sacred. She's not telling you to impress you. She's telling herself she trusts you. The shift from small talk to soul talk is her way of saying, "You're different. I want to see if you can handle the deeper parts of me." There's another layer too. The questions she asks you. Is she probing deeper than surface facts? Is she asking about your childhood, your beliefs, your fears, your purpose? That's emotional intimacy in disguise. She's building a blueprint, trying to understand the architecture of your mind to see if it can hold hers. Now be careful. Don't mistake trauma dumping for genuine interest. This isn't about her oversharing or seeking validation. It's about emotional pacing, layer by layer, reveal by reveal. And if you respond with grounded presence, if you don't flinch or perform, she'll relax into that space. And when a woman relaxes around a man, she lets more of herself out. So when the talk turns personal, don't deflect. Don't joke it away. Don't turn it into a therapy session either. Just listen. Let her feel heard, because the more seen she feels, the more space she makes for you in her emotional world. And once you're in, you're not just someone she's talking to. You're someone she's investing in. Sign number 5. Small gestures, big confessions. Sometimes what gives her away isn't the words or the looks or even the touches. It's the tiny things, the things she probably doesn't even know she's doing. And if you're not paying close attention, you'll miss them completely. I'm talking about the subtle behaviors, the quick reactions, the unconscious favors. She brings you your favorite drink without asking. She remembers a random detail you mentioned once. She mirrors your body language without realizing it. Those aren't coincidences. They're emotional confessions, just delivered in code. Let me paint you a scene. You're in a group, telling a story. Everyone laughs, but she looks at you a little longer, not laughing harder, just longer. Because while others hear the joke, she's watching you. Or maybe you're upset, not visibly, just off. And somehow, she picks up on it. She asks if you're okay, offers space or comfort, not because she has to, but because your emotional weather matters to her. That's what attraction looks like when it's trying not to speak. It leaks out in caretaking, in attention, in the way she adjusts her schedule, makes herself available, or notices when something's off, even if you didn't say a word. And here's the kicker. She often doesn't even know she's doing it. Because once a woman is emotionally drawn to a man, her nervous system starts tracking him in the background. Where is he in the room? Is he okay? What does he need? That's not manipulation. That's biology. Her brain is syncing, not because she chose to, but because something in her chose you. And you know what breaks the spell? When a guy assumes it's nothing. Or worse, tries to push it further without recognizing the depth behind it. Let me tell you something raw. A woman's small gestures aren't just sweet. They're strategic, subconscious. Each one is an emotional breadcrumb leading to something bigger she's not ready to say. That look when you speak, that extra second she stays behind to help, that playlist she shared with no explanation, that's not random. That's her trying to place pieces of herself in your space to see if you'll protect them, and if you can recognize that without exploiting it. If you can meet those gestures with presence, not pressure, she'll go deeper. She'll give more. Not because you asked, but because you showed her that the quiet parts of her attraction aren't wasted on you. Because here's the truth. Big feelings often come wrapped in small behaviors, and the man who can read them will always have the advantage. Sign number 6. When her walls start cracking. You can tell a woman's truly attracted to you not by how much she shows, but by how much she lets fall away. I'm talking about her walls, the filters, the armor, the carefully rehearsed version of herself. When she starts letting those down, even a little, it's not just vulnerability, it's trust. And trust is the rarest currency in female attraction. Here's the thing most guys forget. For a woman, attraction isn't just about desire. It's about safety, not physical safety, emotional safety. She needs to know that if she shows you the unfiltered parts of herself, the messy, insecure, chaotic, overly emotional parts, you won't flinch, you won't weaponize it, you won't use it against her. So when she starts saying things like, "I'm not usually like this," or "This might sound crazy, but," that's not random talk, that's a crack in the wall. And what you do next determines whether that wall comes down or slams shut again. Let's go deeper. When a woman is secretly attracted to you, she might share past pain, admit to fears, talk about her childhood, or confess doubts about herself. That's not because she's venting, it's because she wants to bond. She's giving you emotional leverage, something real, something intimate, and she's watching. Can you hold it? Can you stay grounded? Can you let her be human without trying to fix her, judge her, or turn it into a moment to win her? This isn't a test you pass by being nice. It's one you pass by being solid. Women don't fall for perfection. They fall for consistency, for calm in the storm, for strength that doesn't overpower but contains. If she tells you about something that still hurts, and you respond with presence, not pity, that hits deep. If she shows you her flaws, and you don't flinch or try to fix her, that's rare. And here's something raw. Sometimes she'll even create small conflicts or say something slightly irrational, just to see how you respond. Not because she's toxic, but because she wants to know, can you handle me when I'm not performing? Most men can't. They either get defensive, try to solve everything, or withdraw. But the man who can hold space, who sees her messy moment as a signal of closeness, not chaos, earns a different level of respect. So remember this. If a woman starts opening up emotionally, it's not weakness, it's a signal. She's letting the armor slide, not because she wants to be saved, but because she's starting to believe you're safe. And when a woman feels safe with you, that's not just attraction. That's the beginning of real devotion. Sign number 7, respect she doesn't give to others. If you really want to know whether a woman is drawn to you, look past the flirting, ignore the compliments, forget the teasing. Instead, watch how she treats you. Respect is one of the most overlooked signs of female attraction, but it's also one of the most powerful. When a woman is secretly into you, she starts giving you a level of attention, consideration, and deference that she doesn't offer to others. Not because you demanded it, but because something in her recognizes your value. Let me be crystal clear. Respect isn't her agreeing with everything you say. It's not her being submissive, overly nice, or agreeable. It's this. She listens. Not just hears you, listens. She remembers the small things, brings up points you made weeks ago, asks deeper questions, wants to know why you believe what you believe. That's intellectual intimacy, and it's rare. She might challenge you, question your logic, even tease your worldview, but it's not disrespect, it's interest. Because engaging with your mind is her way of investing in your soul. There's also a change in how she shows up. She's on time when it matters, She cancels plans for you or moves things around. She respects your time, your space, your opinions. And here's the real test. Does she seek your input on things she usually keeps private? Career moves, family issues, personal goals. That's not just conversation. That's her honoring your voice as something that matters in her world. And sometimes it's even more subtle. She dresses with intention around you. She checks her phone less when you're together. She's fully there because she doesn't want to miss a moment. All of this adds up to one truth. When a woman respects you in ways she doesn't offer to others, it's not about etiquette. It's about attraction that's evolving into reverence. But here's the catch. Respect only stays if it's matched. You don't earn more of it by chasing. You earn it by embodying the thing that attracted her in the first place. Your calm, your clarity, your center. Don't mistake her respect for submission. This isn't about control. It's about emotional hierarchy. She respects you because deep down, she sees something in you that commands it without ever needing to ask for it. And once she starts treating you differently than the rest, once you notice that small but undeniable shift in energy, tone, and effort, that's not politeness, that's permission. She's telling you, without saying it, you matter more than the others. You've just learned the 7 signs of hidden female attraction, not the loud ones, not the obvious ones, but the signs that matter, the ones she doesn't even realize she's showing. Now here's the part most men still don't get. She's not trying to hide how she feels. She's trying to survive the feelings. Attraction is vulnerability for her. It risks rejection, exposure, loss of power. So instead of telling you outright, she leaks it through looks, touches, questions, silence, presence, and respect. If you're paying attention, she's already told you everything you need to know. But if you're still waiting for her to make the move, you'll miss her. Not because she didn't feel it, but because she didn't feel safe enough to let it land. So what do? You notice. You stay calm. You hold space without chasing, fixing, or proving. And if she feels seen, not interrogated, not cornered, she'll keep showing more. That's how women work. They don't jump. They drift closer, sign by sign, layer by layer, moment by moment. Now you know how to read those signs. And that means something has shifted. You've stopped waiting for her to say it. You've started seeing what she's already said. That makes you rare. And being rare makes you powerful. So if this video gave you that shift, that click, do me a favor, hit like, subscribe, drop a comment below. Tell me the sign that hit you hardest. Tell me the moment you realized, damn, she was showing me this the whole time. And if you want more sharp psychological breakdowns on attraction, female behavior, and emotional power, make sure you don't miss what's coming next. This isn't just dating advice. This is how you stop being confused and start being dangerous. See you in the next one.